What's up, Internet? In this video, I'm going to talk about how the Blue Flame Straight Sword and Gower's Ring of Protection can complement each other to make some sorcery spells that are commonly used in PvP even more effective. Um, I'll basically go over what you need to have to use this strategy, as well as where you can find all this stuff. So first things first, the blue flame is dropped by the Lady of Pyromancers in the Undead Crypt. It's a random drop by them. But since there is a way, since they kind of infinitely spawn until you break their tombstones, it's not that hard to get this item. Now, the thing that's unique about this weapon is that not only is it a straight sword and it has a melee attack, it also, with its strong attack, can cast sorceries. So that's going to be an integral part of this strategy. I should say that, as you can see, the requirements here are 13, 15, 12, and it is possible to dual wield power stance blue flames. I personally don't like doing it because I like having the stamina boost from a shield. And the only benefit is the damage from your initial melee strike, but the cost is, in order to power stance blue flames, you have to have a strength of 20 and dexterity of 23. So that's quite a bit of soul levels you have to apply just to be able to power stance this. So yeah, moving on, Gower's Ring of Protection. This is going to be extremely important for this strategy because what this ring does is it makes it so you do not receive any type of damage from the rear. The key to this strategy is going to be turning your back to your opponent in order to aim your crystal homing soul mass. And I'll give you a visual aid on this later in the video. So basically, this is an extremely heavy ring, but what it does is it puts this ghost on your back, and basically this guy is putting his keister on the line for yours. You will not receive any damage from the rear. Moving on. For spells, you're going to want to get Crystal Homing Soul Mass, which is Homing Crystal Soul Mass, which is acquired in the Shrine of Amana. It's just laying there. I think it's past the third bonfire. And you're also going to want to get Crystal Magic Weapon. That's going to be in the Dragon Shrine. It's in the metal chest in the Dragon Shrine. And you're going to need the Soul Greatsword. The Soul Greatsword is acquired in the Dranglaic Castle. It's actually past the room with the Stone Knights. So these are the spells that you're going to need to apply this strategy. Now, what the strategy basically is you're using, basically the way Homing Soul Mass works is once you cast it, it puts these orbs above your head. Now, the way the orbs work is they hover around you until the person, any enemy, whether it's a AI or an opponent in PvP, if they come close enough to the front of your character, they will automatically be launched towards them. Now, the problem with this is a good opponent is going to know that he can run towards you and then time a roll to roll through the soul mass. Basically, he is able to trigger it whenever he wants, since it's based on spacing. Now, with Gower's Ring of Protection, you can turn your back to your opponent, meaning this will not fire. It only fires when they're in front of you. Now, if you turn your back to them, you now have control of when this fires. By spacing and using this backdash to move in towards your enemy, you can then use the R3 button to quickly lock on, turning around and firing all of these at once whenever you want to fire them, as opposed to whenever they want them to be fired. So that's basically the way you use Gower's Ring of Protection to control this. Now, the other part of this strategy is comboing with the blue flame into Soul Greatsword. Now, the Soul Greatsword is a commonly used spell, but the thing is, Let me quickly use one of these bad boys so I can show you. The thing about this is, if you use one melee into a Soul Greatsword as a combo, it can be quite hard to roll out of, which is commonly what people want to do when you're using melee. Now the mix-up basically is 2 swings into a third hit as the Soul Greatsword. Now there are so many different combinations and ways you can use the Blue Flame with different spells. I find this to be quite good because the Soul Greatsword goes through walls. So even if there's a pillar near you or whatever, it's going to go through that and it's going to hit them. Now I should mention that it is also very important to cast Crystal Magic Weapon for your Blue Flame. If you are power stancing Blue Flames, you can use the Hexer's Hood to raise your Crystal Magic Weapon casts. So then you can use the Blue Flame itself to buff itself in both hands. But like I said, I'm not using that. Anyway, at the end of this video, hang tight. There is some footage of me actually using this, so you'll get to see this strategy in action. So hang tight and check that out, and I'll catch you guys next time.